Hi, welcome to the Dr. Ali Show. My name's Dr. Ali Mendelson. So it's definitely that time of year again. I know you've seen them. I've seen them. They're everywhere. People rubbing their eyes, sneezing, sniffling, complaining. Some of them denying it, saying, I don't have allergies, or I never had allergies before, and others just trying to grin and bear it. Knowingly or not, more than 50 million Americans suffer from allergies. And the culprit in these really, really annoying, it's really annoying to have allergies. I've never actually had allergies, but it's just ordinary things: cats, dogs, dust, pollen, copper, some different types of metal, insect stings. I literally once met someone who told me they were allergic to air. Okay. So I imagine if you're allergic to dust, you might as well be allergic to air, right? So despite the variety of things that someone can be allergic to, all allergies really result from the same basic cause. An immune system that is unable to distinguish between the harmful and the friendly. That is the cause of allergies. It's not that you are born with an allergy to something. Not like, oh, I just can't be around these trees in Connecticut, or can't be around pollen, or when this blooms, when that blooms. It doesn't work that way. It's an immune system that is unable to distinguish between the harmful and the friendly. Now, this is an extremely important point, because most people have the misconception that it's the stuff out there, it's the dust, it's the pollen, it's the allergen that causes the reaction. But it is not. It is the body's inability to adapt to the allergen that is the problem. Okay, so your body cannot adapt to that dust, that pollen, that cat, that dog. Your body cannot adapt to that. Therefore, you have a reaction to it. Okay, so if pollen was really the problem, everyone would have allergic symptoms in the presence of pollen. And that's not the case, right? Again, it's your body's inability to adapt to the allergen that is the problem. So, for example, there was an article in the newspaper noting, it said the pollen count was 50 times above what's considered normal to the Clean Air Council. And the purpose of the article was to provide readers with tips on how to control allergic reactions, all of which boiled down to just avoiding the allergen. And so the article noted that high levels had caused reactions in people who had never experienced them before. And at a first glance, this might seem to suggest that indeed it is the pollen that is the cause of the allergies. However, as long as there are still people who don't develop symptoms in the presence of these highly, unusually high levels of pollen, then the pollen isn't the cause. Does that make sense? Everyone is born with a certain potential for adapting to pollen, as well as to every other allergen. We're just going to use pollen because most people are allergic to pollen. And some people just have a greater potential to adapt than others. For those who express no symptoms when they're in the presence of like high concentrations of pollen, it's because their bodies are working the way they should. Their bodies do not see pollen as harmful, which it isn't. And consequently, their bodies do not declare war on it by trying to rush it out of the body by either sneezing or washing tears across the eyes. More importantly, while everyone is born with a different potential to adapt to allergens, some may have the potential to adapt but are not fully expressing it because of interference in their nervous system and immune systems. Okay? So the answer is not to move away from Connecticut. The answer is not to, I'm just going to wear a mask outside. I've seen people do that. The answer is not, I'm just going to avoid cats and never get a cat. Because if you're going to do that, you're still going to have an immune system where there's a problem. Does that make sense? You don't want to avoid it. You want your immune system working properly so that you don't react to these things. You want a healthy, functioning immune system. That's the most important thing. So if you have a healthy, functioning immune system, then your body will not react to that. I have a patient who came the other day. She said this was the first winter that she had no allergic reaction to anything. She had no allergies. It was all gone. And of course, because she's taking care of her spine her nervous system, and her immune system, now all of a sudden she's not allergic to the things that she was allergic to before, right? So it's not that she's not allergic to them anymore. She was never really allergic to it. Her body just couldn't handle it. And it just totally freaked out when she was around it. And like eyes water, sneezing, sniffling. I mean, it's horrible. And so she didn't have it this year. So, and that's not the first person. It's just happened 2 days ago. So I'm telling you that story. But I mean, there's tons of people in the last 20 years whose allergies have completely gone away. And it's not that, oh, they're not allergic anymore. It's just that their body can now handle it. So the medical world admits that the best way to treat an allergy is to avoid the allergen that causes it. But how does someone avoid air or dust, right? The person who was allergic to air was really just very sensitive to everything in the air, like the dust and the pollen, everything. And they had to wear a mask all the time. It was so sad. Until, of course, we got them a healthy nervous system, we got him a healthy nervous system and immune system. And guess what? The allergy was all gone. So what I suggest is the best thing you can do for allergies is, of course, to just be sure your nervous system is free from interference so that your brain can properly communicate with all parts of your body, including your immune system. And then your immune system will function properly and you will not react to what's in the air. Now, if you are someone who suffers from allergies and is uncomfortable, or you have children or friends who suffer from allergies, give me a call. Let's set up a time where you can come into the office for a free consultation. We can just talk about what's going on and see if I can help you. I most likely can, because everyone can really be helped, in my opinion. My number is 888-522-3331. My name's Dr. Allie Mendelson. I'm in Farmington, Connecticut, really about a mile off of 84. So if you're interested in setting up a consultation for you, your family, your friends, anyone, please give me a call at 888-522-3331. All right, so where were we? Okay, so basically, millions of people suffering from a wide variety of conditions, including allergies, have had massive benefit from getting true chiropractic corrective care to remove interference so that their nervous system can properly communicate with their immune system. Their immune system can get stronger and they get better. Now, I've been doing this for 20 years and everyone gets better with their allergies if they do what they need to do. So because chiropractic is a method of healthcare that permits your body to function at its 100% potential. So that's especially important for anyone, but if you're suffering from allergies, you have to have a 100% functioning immune system in order to get rid of it. And now allergies, I know, I once had an allergic reaction. I remember when I was in school and we were kind of always hang out in the basement of this building at the clinic. It must have been mold there because my eyes would water and run, and it was always itchy, and it was really the most uncomfortable I've ever been, really, probably in my life. It was horrible. I always felt it every time I went down there. And it's really uncomfortable. I mean, we're talking about something that, now when you say you have allergies, you don't think of it as something that's life-threatening, but you know what? It interferes with everything you do. It interferes with your quality of life. And of course, if you have a weak immune system, that is life-threatening, because that's a weak immune system doesn't allow your body to fight against other worse things besides allergens, namely cancer cells. So it's really important to never have any kind of symptom that you manage, to always just get to the root cause of any problem and to really, regain your quality of life. That's really what it's all about. Like quality, you can't have quality when you're just always having this reaction. It's just really uncomfortable. Who wants to live like that? You know what I mean? So your immune system keeps you at 100% of your potential. It recognizes and destroys anything that is not supposed to be there. So a virus, a bacteria, pollutants, dust, pollen, drugs, tumors, dead pieces of your own skin, even artificial hearts and donor organs. Incidentally, metal and plastic don't trigger an immune reaction, interestingly enough. A healthy immune system means a high resistance to disease, a high resistance to infection, better ability to deal with stress, and greater health and well-being. And every medical school has done the research that there are always cancer cells in your body, between 100 and 10,000. If you have a strong functioning immune system, your immune system will detect the presence of those cancer cells and will destroy them before tumors can grow. So it's extremely important to have a functioning immune system. When someone gets a donated organ, whether it's a kidney or a heart or liver, whatever it is, they have to take immune suppressing drugs. Do you know why? Because otherwise their body sees that organ as not supposed to be there and tries to kill it. So when any time someone is taking immune suppressing drugs, they develop tumors. Over the years, I've had a number of patients who have had organ transplants, and they're constantly developing tumors in their body because they have to take an immune suppressing drug. So this is what goes really way beyond some runny nose and some sniffling and sneezing, but that's your sign. That's your red flag that your immune system's not functioning the way it should. Okay. So your immune system is influenced by your nerves and your hormones, by your diet, and by emotional stress, right? If it's unhealthy, your immune system may fail to recognize and remove abnormal cells, again, such as cancer cells. It may not overcome infection. It may overreact to foreign substances, bee stings, penicillin, food or drugs, or pollen. That's an allergic reaction, is when your immune system overreacts to foreign substances, just kind of freaks out. Or your immune system could become depressed, as in AIDS, or even attack itself. There are certain diseases where your immune system is basically attacking you, autoimmune diseases. So the most common immune disorder is the allergic reaction. It's the most common thing that people recognize right away, that, oh, there's something wrong. But, in mainstream medicine, like, oh, you have an allergy, here, take this pill. But no, that's a sign that you should be saying, oh my goodness, why am I reacting to pollen? That's crazy. I want my immune system to function better, right? So when the immune system overreacts and produces too many neutralizing chemicals to counteract that allergen, that's when you have the symptoms, and that's when you should be thinking, oh my goodness, I have to fix this so that my body can fight cancer. That's what I want you to think, right? I want you to understand that, because you have to be able to you have to understand how your body works in order to be able to take proper care of it. Nobody wants cancer. Nobody wants disease. Nobody wants autoimmune diseases like lupus and other such diseases. But many people get these diseases. Cancer is the number one cause of death every year in our country now. And if those people would recognize the red flags, would have recognized the red flags years ago and truly done something about it, it could have been avoided. So if you have allergies, that's a huge red flag that your immune system's not functioning properly. And we need to get your immune system functioning properly before something worse happens. And of course, I want you to be comfortable and have a great quality of life. But I really I want your body functioning so that you don't get more serious diseases. Again, if you suffer from allergies, if you have like a weak immune system, or if like your kids, or anyone who suffers from allergies, please get them to the office. My name is Dr. Allie Mendelson. I'm in Farmington. My phone number is 888-522-3331. And you can even schedule just a free consultation just to talk to me for like 10 minutes to see what's going on. I can give you some recommendations of what I think we would do first, because we always work with all the 5 essentials: the nervous system, diet, proper exercise, detoxing, and understanding where health comes from. That's a whole essential in itself. It's essential that you understand the way your body works. It's essential that you have a healthy functioning brain also, like not just understanding how your health works. Understanding things, your mind is not just understanding, but it's a healthy brain, and we teach you how to do those things. So those are the 5 essentials. So we want to see where you are, what's causing the interference, and exactly what we need to do to fix it, to get to the root cause of the problem, and to get your body strong, so that not only will you avoid allergies, but we want to avoid really serious diseases. So we can look a little bit, which is interesting, like what causes allergies. So the doctors, they say no one knows for sure, though according to some authors, childhood vaccines are suspect. As writer Walleen James has stated, quote, vaccination lays the foundation for autoimmune diseases and other disorders of the immune system, such as rheumatoid arthritis, rheumatic fever, lupus, scleroderma. It is reasonable to assume that our contemporary epidemic of allergies has at least some of its roots in the practice of vaccination. Vaccination, what does it do? It introduces chemicals into your body. It shuts your immune system down, doesn't allow your body to work properly. So that causes interference in the normal function of your body, which is why they are saying that it absolutely is linked to many diseases. And so that's one thing. And the kids, why is there a huge epidemic of allergies in kids? Well, there are tons of vaccines now compared to when we were kids. Tons. And there's tons of chemicals in the cleaning products and in the food. And there's, everything is processed. And, you go on and on and on. And we have to look at all of those things and help you change your lifestyle. Like really change your lifestyle. Not go on a diet, not get treatment to fix your pain, but really change your lifestyle and the lifestyle of your family's lifestyle so that you have long, healthy lives. Healthy. There's nothing more important than your health. And sometimes we don't realize there's nothing more important than our health until something happens to your health and you don't have health anymore. Right? So you feel bad and then you're like, oh my gosh, and that becomes your entire focus. So all of a sudden you wake up one spring and you have horrible allergies and you have this runny nose and you're itching and you're miserable. Guess what you think about all the time? You think about your allergies and your health because it's just right there in your face, destroying the quality of your life. But we want to make sure that it's better to prevent it. It's better to, if you can be one of those people, it's like, you know what? I don't ever want to get sick. I don't want my kids to ever get sick. I don't want to ever get diabetes. I don't want to ever get cancer or Alzheimer's. I want to do what I need to do now for me and my family so that we can prevent those things. If you're one of those people, there's some people that, wait till something's wrong before we fix it. Many times it's too late. But if you're someone who really wants to be proactive, and my office is a place for you. We'll teach you everything you need to do, give you any kind of help. We have tons of workshops. I always have a workshop coming up. So if you're interested in signing up for my next workshop to learn more in depth about the 5 essentials, again, my name is Dr. Allie Mendelson. My office is in Farmington, and my phone number is 888-522-3331. You can set up a time for a consultation for you and your family if you want. And you can also schedule for one of our next events, whether a workshop. We do tons of different workshops. So it could be a 5 essentials workshop. It could be nutrition. It could be diabetes. It could be immune system. It could be make your own healthcare cleaning products and personal care products. We do whatever you need. We try to think of all of the things that you need to do and give you answers for them. I have a lot of people coming into me saying, I have a lot of diabetics and a lot of people are overweight also coming into me. And they say, well, my doctor just told me to eat healthier. But they don't know what to do. And so I don't want to do that. I don't want to say, oh, just stop using those chemicals. Because that's like, what do you mean? I don't know. What does that mean? Which chemicals? Where do I get the new ones? How do I get the good stuff? And then you go to Whole Foods and you spend a ton of money to buy that stuff. And that stuff's not good either. So I will tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, all the details. Okay. So let's get a little bit back to, I always go off on tangents. So let's talk about traditional medicine and their approach to allergies, because many of you are probably in this system. Traditional medicine, so this is according to Dr. Robert Mendelson, MD. No relation, it's spelled differently, but his name is Robert Mendelson, and he was a pediatrician for years and years and wrote books. He says traditional medicine has no cure for allergies, only treatment. And he says, quote, you can depend on most doctors to largely ignore the cause. Unfortunately, their treatment is often worse than the disease, especially since the relatively safe folk measures of yesteryear have been replaced by sophisticated, dangerous drugs of modern medicine. This is coming from a medical doctor. The traditional mainstream medicine will only give you drugs for your allergies. They will not look for the cause. They will drug you up and they will give you things that are very, very dangerous and will cause other side effects and will destroy your immune system even more. All right? So since runny eyes, irritation, redness, fullness in the sinuses, and other allergy symptoms are caused by histamines, antihistamines are often prescribed to dry the mucous membranes, and it may work temporarily. You may have to use them all the time. But the problem with antihistamines, that many of you who suffer from allergies may be taking this, thinking you're doing something that's safe. Antihistamines can cause serious heart problems and should never be used with alcohol, sedatives, or tranquilizers. More recently, Canadian researcher Lorna Brands, in an article published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute, she's produced research showing that certain antihistamines, namely Claritin, Hismanol, and Atarax, make cancerous tumors grow faster in lab rodents. So something that you thought was perfectly safe, oh, it's just a little antihistamine, whatever, it's fine, has been proven and Claritin is something a lot of people take and a lot of children take. It makes cancerous tumors grow faster. And I can go on and on and on and on about the dangers of every medication for every allergy. But really, it's all the same. It's all bad. You don't want to put more chemicals in an already compromised body. You want to get healthy and you want to get to the cause. So my approach, I'm a chiropractor, by releasing stress in the nervous system, chiropractic permits the immune system to function more effectively. Obviously, something all allergy sufferers need. A nervous system without stress functions better, functions to its potential. And when the nervous system functions better, the immune system functions better. Chiropractors correct the basic cause of body malfunction to improve the function of your immune system. So the chiropractic approach is to remove the interference in the nervous system. It frees your nervous system. Your body will work more effectively to neutralize the allergy-causing chemicals in your environment because your immune system will be functioning closer to perfect. At first, closer to how it's supposed to. After that, perfect, almost perfect. So the emphasis on allergies must be building a healthy body, building a healthy nervous system, removing interference from a sick nervous system so that you build a healthy immune system. Not trying to use evasive tactics by eliminating all the allergens. Don't stop breathing the air and taking dangerous medication. Dangerous and deadly medication, okay? So there's there's so many children now that have this that people think it's just okay. Like, oh, it's just normal. Everyone has it, so it's normal. It's okay if you have a season of coughing, blowing your nose, wheezing and sneezing. That's fine. That's just become normal. But no, it's not normal, okay? It's common. Being common doesn't mean normal. Don't fall into that trap of like, oh, I'm just going to give Johnny Claritin just, every spring for the rest of his life. It's going to only get worse. He's only going to get sicker. Thousands of children and their parents in communities all over the country are affected by this allergy thing. And for those of you who haven't, you're looked upon with envy at certain times of the year. Millions of hard-earned dollars are spent on over-the-counter drugs, weekly shots, and doctor's visits. And then there's time off from school or from work, and the effect on the family and the toll from allergies is immense. And for something small, it really affects your entire life. These children suffer. They suffer, they take medications that cause other problems. It's a disaster. It's just a total disaster. And, an allergy is the inability of your child's body to handle something that's in their immediate environment. And that's not what you want for your children. And so we treat, at my office, I treat a lot of children for many, many different problems. Allergies just being one of them. But it's very common for children to get adjusted by a chiropractor. It is the best thing that you can do for your child to have a healthy body, a true health, true preventative medicine is to prevent disease. If your kids are on medication, we want you to get your kids off medication as soon as we possibly can so that they don't have side effects from the medication, they don't have damage in their body, and their immune systems and body can function 100% of the way they're supposed to. So please, if you have allergies, if your children have allergies, or something even related to allergies, there's any medication at all, come in for a free consultation. My name's Dr. Allie Mendelson. I'm in Farmington. My phone number is 888-522-3331. You can also go onto my radio show website, Dr. Allie Show, DRALLIE show.com, and you can listen to other radio shows. Look under archives. You can sign up for my newsletter. You can send me an email if you want to email me first, whatever you need. But let's get you guys and your families in. Have your nervous system checked. We can look at your diet. We can look at what's going on in your lifestyle that's causing these allergies for you and your children. And my commitment to my patients is to help them change their lifestyle so that they have health, so that they avoid disease, so that they get off their medication and don't need the dangerous drugs, and get their family and get their children now on a program where they understand where their health comes from. They understand what food is the proper food to eat, and understand what chemicals are bad, and really educate the children as well, so that this is how they grow up. So they grow up taking care of their health, managing their health, rather than thinking that all you need to do is wait till you get sick and then you manage your disease. No one wants to really manage a disease. Do you really want to do that? Let's try to manage this disease. How about you get healthy and then you manage your health so you don't ever get disease? That is what I'm talking about. And even if there are people around you that think you're crazy and, oh, chiropractor can't do anything and blah, 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 whatever, think about it yourself. I mean, do you want to manage your disease or do you want to manage your health? And it comes down to, let's change your lifestyle. Let's get your body truly healthy. Let's get your children truly healthy so that there's quality of life. You're free from disease. You're free from dangerous medications. And life is good. When you're sick, you focus on you being sick and your health. When you feel good, you can focus on everything outside of you. You have more time, you have more energy, you have more time, you serve more, you give more, everything. Life is always just better. So again, if you're interested in having your family coming in to get checked, my name is Dr. Allie Mendelson. I'm in Farmington. I'm real close to West Hartford, not all the way in Farmington. My phone number is 888-522-3331. Give me a call, and even if you want to set up just free consultation, we can just sit and talk for a few minutes before we decide what you need. Thank you guys so much for listening, and have a blessed day.